Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today, got a knife here from Tenable Knives. This one is the Tiny Dancer. Not the big dancer, not the medium dancer. It is the Tiny Dancer. JB Scout design. Stonewash D2 steel with brown micarta handle. It looks like 3.17 inches on the blade. And let's take a look here. Bam. If you're all ready, I'm ready. We got a wiping cloth. Tenable branded right there. We have the Sheath. We'll come back to that in a moment here. Good old silica gel. Here is the, there is the blade, ladies and gentlemen. And of course the Tenable little handout right here. There you go. All right, let's see what the Tiny Dancer is all about. We got a little bubble wrap. Now we have a plastic wrap here. Let's just keep cutting away. Oh, this one is actually sealed. Okay. All right, sealed in place. Is it? Is it not? No, we have actually a little bit of a tape part back here. And here it is. All right. Tiny Dancer fixed blade. All right, let's remove the little tip safety right there. And, oh man, already feeling pretty good here on the hand. I'm going to tell you that. So let's see what we got going on here. We said we have D2 steel, right? Stonewash blade. We'll give it a nice little wipe here just to have it, you know, the camera do it justice. I know sometimes they come with some oils and stuff like that from the factory. So we'll give it a nice little polish right here. And bam, right there it is. Actually looking pretty good. Decently reflective stonewash finish with a flat grind. You also have a pone, right? Got a little bit of a harpoon going on here at the top. Also a great place to put your thumb. Wondering why they didn't do jimping here. That would have been a nice call, right? Just kind of feels like jimping there would have been pretty nice. Nice. It's a little bit of a finger choil. Kind of looks like a finger choil. So it definitely creates for a good sharpening choil, right? So you're not going to get a smile anytime soon with this knife. That's good. And, you know, I guess it can be a finger choil in a pinch. But it kind of feels a little bit weird just because this little tab right here is so thick, right? If the finger choil was a little bit bigger, right? Maybe it will feel just a tad bit more natural. All right, I'm feeling, you know, a little bit of a stabbing right here. I have average size hands, so not the biggest, not the smallest of hands. So maybe it's just the sharpening choil and not a finger choil, but kind of, you know, me being the knife guy that I am, I definitely want a forward choke. And it seems like you could pull it off. It seems like you could definitely pull it off. So there you go. What else, right? Actually got some thickness to it. We'll get some measurements here in a moment. Full tan construction all the way around. Digging that. And checking out the brown micarta scales on here. I'm going to get you a closer look. Looking pretty good, right? Gone are the days that I love seeing this. I love seeing companies put some sort of design, some sort of cutout milling of some sort on handles. I absolutely love that, right? Gone are the days of, you know, boring, all straight, plain, flat, you know, G10 or micarta scales. And something like this not only adds more grip, allows you to be really, really locked and loaded there, but yeah, it also looks good as well. The handle gets a little bit progressively thicker here towards the back end. So, you know, when you grip on this thing, hammer grip style, which by the way, I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip. Yeah, this is going to feel the hand here pretty nicely. As such, right? Full 4-finger grip with my average size hands. All right, again, not the biggest of hands, not the smallest of hands. If you got big old bear paws, right, this one probably might be a little bit too small for you. I'm just being realistic. And then you got that whole, you know, forward choke situation, which does give you a little bit more handle real estate. But I'm assuming if you have bigger hands than mine, your fingers are probably thicker than mine. So that's where we run into the whole finger choil situation there. Not being too wide, or at least as wide as I would have preferred it. Let me give you an example right here. CJRB Pyrite Light, right? Good finger choil, nice and wide. Absolutely, we can do that all day. Vosteed Porcupine, right? And again, I'm just pulling some quick examples here from the table. Good finger choil, it feels good, right? This little in-between section is very minimal, so fingers are still pretty close to each other. So if they had done maybe something like that right there, maybe that would have been, or would have felt a little bit better. But again, that's just an observation. I'm not saying that's a deal breaker, just something for you to keep in mind, giving it to you how it is here. Tiny Dancer. Again, we said this was a JB Stout design. We have big old hole back here for my lanyard people, so lanyard people rejoice. And I mean, I will tell you, right, with the standard grip, it does feel really, really good. It feels the hand, love my thumb here on the poon area, and we can absolutely get some work done. Let's check out the sheath experience. So we have this sort of solution here for your mounting on your belt or what have you. You can also loosen up this screw and turn this guy 90 degrees if you want. It is set up for vertical carry. There we go, that's your click there. It's set up for vertical carry, but if you do turn this guy right 90 degrees, you could also carry right this knife scout carry as well. So that's also an option. That's also a possibility there that you can do. And as far as let's see, out experience, okay, not too bad. Nice click going in. Feels good going in and out. Nice release. Any rattle? Let me see. I mean, very minimal, and if anything, actually, yeah, no rattle. It was actually the way I was holding it, but you know that it's nice and snug in there. And bam, there we go. So sheath feels good. Got a draining hole down here, and you know, the ability to turn 90 degrees for whichever carry experience or preference you want to go with. Hey guys, a quick rapid fire public service announcement. I am doing a July giveaway for everybody here in the channel. I will have a link for the specific giveaway video down below in the description and pinned comments. These first two knives are going to be given to subscribers. In general, no purchase necessary. This is, you are a subscriber. You've been checking out the content here on the channel. All you have to do is check out the giveaway video and check how to enter in the comment section, right? There's specific qualifications, so check out the video for the details. So we got the Lothar Leech King, which is an absolute banger here. Pocket tank, right? I'm not going to go too much into detail because all the details are in the overview videos I have already posted here on the channel. Another lucky YouTube subscriber is going to win this Free Tiger crossbar lock as well. This one got the carbon fiber scales here with the D2 blacked out blade. Really great action here. Pretty much a Benchmade bug out killer through and through. Again, these are for YouTube subscribers, no purchase necessary. And moving on to my channel members. If you're a channel member right here, you're showing your support and taking your support to the next level. So I want to thank you as well, guys. This month you're going to be entered automatically, as long as you're a channel member, you're going to be entered in to win a CJRB maximum. This is a David C. Anderson design, your boy over there from the Knife Center. And yeah, definitely really good action on this one. Really good for EDC, good size, kind of small, medium size, AR RPM 9 steel, drop point blade, stone wash, flat grind. We have beautiful green micarta on this one, recessed liners with standoffs. So that is for all the channel members. And last but not least, guys, for my Patreon supporters, we have the Eutectic Trinity. This one is very fidgety. We have multiple deployment options here: opening hole, back flipper, front flipper. We have G10 on the handle on this one, deep pocket carry, reversible clip also, and a 14C 28N stone wash finish clip point blade. So also a pretty good size knife, right? For my folks who are always like, Miguel, where the big knives at? Right here, I got you, fam. So don't want to go too much into detail. I have individual overviews and you know, videos on each one of these knives, so definitely check those out. Well, there you go. Best of luck to everybody. All right, this is my way of saying thank you and giving back. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And now back to the video. Well, let me get you some quick stats here for my knife nerds. We have, let's see here, we have a under 7-inch knife. So we're looking at like maybe 6.8, 6.85. The blade is 3 1/4, right? 3.25 inches. But the cutting path, interestingly, is only just a hair over 2 inches, like 2.6, 2.65 or so. Well, the box says 3.17 inches. So that's this measurement here. Yeah, that is that measurement there. But the actual cutting path is a little bit slower. It's a little bit shorter. So you can see here, closer to just over 2.5 inches. And the handle here is a little bit over 3.5, like 3.6 inches or so on the handle. Quick blade stock thickness here coming in at 0.15. The average in the channel is 0.12, so I kind of feeling this one was a little bit thicker than usual. And thickness on the handle is 0.47, which is a little bit slimmer than the average 0.5 or half an inch in the channel, so that's not bad. Last but not least, a quick weight check on this bad boy here. Let's see, coming in at, I want to say 3.5, 4 ounces, 4.2. Okay, there we go. All right, maybe went a little bit too overboard. It is 3.7 ounces. Okay, that's not bad. And that's without the sheath. So that translates to 104 grams. And with the sheath, maybe it does make it past the 4 gram mark or ounces. Yeah, it's actually a little bit heavier there. Still reasonable, 5.3 ounces, right? That's not bad at all. We're talking about a whopping 151 grams, which again is not a problem at all. Pretty good, decent weight for EDC. I mean, considering you have a fixed blade and the whole sheath. There you go. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Some of you guys I know want to know all that stuff right away. Doing some rapid fire size comparisons here, shall we? Starting with some of the smaller, my favorite EDC fixed blades right here. We got the Kizer Smolt, pretty good size for EDC. We have the Vosteed Mink. I absolutely love this one here for EDC as well. Some of my most carried fixed blades of all time. And all these are linked down below, by the way, if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants. And definitely check those links. Those do help out the channel at zero extra cost to you. Kind of in that medium to large category here, we got the LynxGear Fixie blade. That one's very affordable with D2 steel. I think around like under 30 bucks. Here's the Tenable Luccio, right? This one is, you know, getting up there, a little bit larger size, you know, kind of giving you a little bit of everything. So you guys have more or less a ballpark idea where this one lands. And by the way, I do have content on all these here in the channel if you guys want to learn more. All you have to do is put the knife name Miguel EDC in the YouTube search box and you'll find those videos right away. That is the Kizer Ursa Major. And this one here is the OdenWolf W Scandi, right? This is also very affordable, very recommendable as well. You can check out, you know, different sizes. Some of these are more camping knife oriented, not as much EDC as you would. It really depends what you got going on, right? I mean, if you're working out there on the field, maybe on a farm or what have you, right? Outdoors, you know, obviously you will have more or less an idea what length, what size knife works best for you. But, you know, my goal is just to give you, right, a ballpark more or less where these land. But of course, you already know what time it is. We're about to get scientific with it here. D2 steel. All right, checking the scientific nail test. Well, it feels pretty good. And let's see if we can get some swirls going on here. The 5x zoom. Oh yeah, 5x zoom for some extra scientific points. All right, needless to say, it's cutting through that paper, biting pretty well. Now let's go ahead and get some full slices. Oh yeah. All right, pretty good. I don't have a pretty long cutting path, but we do have quite a belly there. We could also do some tabletop cutting with this guy as well. Bada bing, boom, bam. Oh yeah, needless to say, can it cut paper, right? Breaking news, spoiler alert, yes it can. Regular single wall piece of cardboard here, cutting at a diagonal angle for better performance. It's gonna look something like this. All right, definitely slicing pretty good there, no doubt about it. All right, and then make quick work out of that cardboard, as you saw, guys. Let me know in the comments, rate this thing on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is it? Rate that factory edge, 10 being the sharpest. You all let me know. And as always, guys, let me know also in the comment section, right? What do you guys like about it? What do you guys love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, like I said before, this knife and every other knife is linked down below. So if you guys want to check out prices, availability, and variants, definitely check those links. Those do help out the channel at zero extra cost to you. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.